You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. John Lennon's words became a global anthem, and in the decades since, we have turned that sentiment into a cultural mandate. We talk about dreamy eyes, or finding the man or woman of our dreams. By conflating nocturnal illusions with actionable ambition, we are staking our waking reality and our mental health on a foundation of subconscious sand. In the lab, dreams are just involuntary, subconscious imaginings. They are images, sounds, and emotions occurring specifically during REM sleep. Often, they're just a messy reflection of our daytime stress. Most of us have woken up mid-sleep, realizing we were revising a math formula for an exam, or mentally preparing deliverables for a heartless boss. However, organizations and politicians often leverage the word's positive associations to streamline our thoughts. When a speaker uses the dream to influence behavior or keep you focused on their agenda, they are tapping into your subconscious to get you to behave in a specific fashion. Creative icons like Walt Disney leaned into this, suggesting that if you can dream it, you can do it. In this context, dreaming is just a link, using your imagination to visualize something that doesn't exist yet, so you can eventually materialize it. The error occurred when society merged these two ideas. We took the involuntary biological event and the ideological narrative of destiny and fused them into a single toxic mandate. This shifted the word from a passive biological event to an active, crushing societal expectation that weighs us down if we don't achieve it. This pressure often leads to borrowed dreams. We see it in students who take a particular academic course, not because they are cut out for it, but because it was their parents' dream. These individuals internalize external pressure. They convince themselves that a path forced upon them by their environment or culture is actually their own predestined fate. Eventually, the borrowed dream consumes their identity. It becomes the poster on their bedroom wall and their go-to excuse to bow out of any plan that doesn't align with this purpose. Years later, the fallout arrives. I've seen peers crying their hearts out because they were blindsided by a life purpose that wasn't true to themselves. It was just a reel they'd been playing in their heads. We hold up outliers like Steve Jobs as embodiments of dreamers who made it. But telling everyone to soar like a visionary is like giving them wings on a trial basis. Once the trial ends, those wings are clipped. Blindly chasing a borrowed dream inevitably leads to a crash. We find ourselves disoriented between the real of our imagination and the slate of reality. Moving forward requires drawing a firm boundary between passive subconscious illusions and actionable waking reality. We should stop using dream list as a synonym for our goals. There's a reason we call it a bucket list. It represents things we intend to do, not just things we wish would happen to us. Ambition requires conscious work. It is never too late to focus on your actual strengths, rather than the false pretense that you were born for a specific glossy destiny. Otherwise, we risk the inception paradox, living inside someone else's imagination, waiting for them to wake up, realizing we haven't built anything of our own. We must separate our own goals from the wishes of others that we've taken upon ourselves. Delineating dreams from reality doesn't kill ambition, it frees us from the burden of illusions.